Bronson Rechsteiner, born October 24, 1997, is an American professional wrestler and former football player. He is signed to WWE, where he performs on the Raw brand under the ring name Bron Breakker, and is a member of the Vision stable. He is a former two-time WWE Intercontinental Champion, two-time NXT Champion, and a one-time NXT Tag Team Champion. A second-generation professional wrestler, Rechsteiner is the son of Rick Steiner and the nephew of Scott Steiner, who performed together as the Steiner Brothers. Rechsteiner was voted Rookie of the Year for 2022 by readers of the Wrestling Observer newsletter. Early life and football career. Rechsteiner was born in Woodstock, Georgia. He attended Etowah High School in Woodstock, where he played football, winning varsity letters in 3 years. He also participated in wrestling, winning the Georgia Class AAA State Championship 220-pound weight class in 2016. After graduating from high school, Rechsteiner went on to study at Georgia's Kennesaw State University, majoring in criminal justice. While attending Kennesaw, Rechsteiner played football for the Kennesaw State Owls. As a freshman in 2016, he played special teams and defense. In 2017, he moved to offense as a running back. In February 2020, Rechsteiner entered the National Football Draft, but was not drafted. In April 2020, he was signed by the Baltimore Ravens as an undrafted free agent fullback. He was released in August 2020. In February 2021, WWE announced Rechsteiner had signed a developmental contract with the company. Later that month, he was assigned to the WWE Performance Center in Orlando, Florida for training. At the WrestleMania Backlash pay-per-view on May 16, Rechsteiner and several other wrestlers portrayed zombies in a lumberjack match between Damian Priest and The Miz. In August 2021, he appeared on an episode of NXT, portraying a security guard who was attacked by Samoa Joe. Rechsteiner wrestled his first match for WWE on the September 14, 2021 episode of NXT under the ring name Bron Breakker, defeating LA Knight. He later had a stare-down with new NXT champion Tommaso Ciampa. Breakker unsuccessfully challenged Ciampa for the title at NXT Halloween Havoc on October 26th. In November 2021, Breakker participated in WWE's Tour of the United Kingdom. At NXT War Games on December 5, Breakker teamed with Carmelo Hayes, Grayson Waller, and Tony D'Angelo as Team 2.0 to defeat Ciampa, Knight, Gargano, and Pete Dunne as Team Black and Gold in a War Games match, with Breakker pinning Ciampa. At NXT New Year's Evil on January 4, 2022, Breakker defeated Ciampa by submission to win the NXT Championship. At NXT Vengeance Day on February 15th, he made his first successful defense of the title, defeating Santos Escobar. Breakker made his main roster debut on the March 7th episode of Raw, teaming with Ciampa to defeat Dolph Ziggler and Robert Roode in a tag team match. At NXT Roadblock the following day, Breakker defended the NXT Championship against Ciampa and Ziggler in a triple threat match, with Ziggler pinning Ciampa to end Breakker's first reign at 63 days. On April 1st, Breakker inducted his father and uncle into the WWE Hall of Fame. The following night at NXT Stand and Deliver, Breakker failed to regain the title from Ziggler after interference from Roode. On April 4th, 2022 episode of Raw, Breakker defeated Ziggler to win the NXT Championship for a second time. On the following episode of NXT, he retained the title against Gunther. Breakker subsequently began feuding with Joe Gacy after Gacy kidnapped Rick Steiner, leading to a match between the two at Spring Break-In on May 3rd, where Breakker defeated Gacy to retain the title. On NXT In Your House on June 4th, he defeated Gacy again, with the added stipulation that he would lose the title if he got disqualified. At NXT Great American Bash on July 5, Breakker retained the title against Cameron Grimes and was attacked by the debuting JD McDonough after the match. At NXT Heatwave on August 16, Breakker retained the title against McDonough. After the match, he was confronted by NXT United Kingdom champion Tyler Bate. At Worlds Collide on September 4th, Breakker defeated Bate to unify the NXT Championship and NXT United Kingdom Championship. However, he is not recognized as the final NXT United Kingdom champion. At NXT Halloween Havoc on October 22, Breakker defeated McDonough and Ilya Dragunov in a triple threat match to retain the NXT Championship. At NXT Deadline on December 10th, Breakker successfully defended the NXT Championship against Apollo Crews. At NXT New Year's Evil on January 10th, Breakker defeated Grayson Waller via countout to retain the NXT Championship. At NXT Vengeance Day on February 4th, he defeated Waller again, this time in a cage match. At NXT Stand and Deliver on April 1st, Breakker lost the title to Carmelo Hayes, ending his second reign at 362 days. On the April 4th, 2023 episode of NXT, Breakker attacked Hayes, turning heel. He cemented his new villainous persona the next week by interrupting Chase University in the ring, verbally insulting the audience, and attacking Andre Chase. At Spring Break-In on April 25, Breakker defeated Chase via submission. At NXT Battleground on May 28, Breakker failed to regain the NXT Championship from Carmelo Hayes. At NXT Gold Rush on June 20, Breakker unsuccessfully challenged Seth Rollins for the World Heavyweight Championship. At NXT Heatwave on August 22, Breakker attacked Von Wagner. On September 6th episode of NXT, he bludgeoned Wagner with a set of steel steps. Later that month, Breakker took part in the Superstar Spectacle in Hyderabad, India, defeating Odysseus Jones. At NXT No Mercy on September 30th, Breakker lost to Baron Corbin. On October 10th episode of NXT, Breakker, with Paul Heyman in his corner, lost to Carmelo Hayes, with John Cena in his corner. Following the match, Breakker attacked Hayes, prompting The Undertaker to come to the ring and chokeslam Breakker. At NXT Halloween Havoc later that month, Breakker defeated Mr. Stone. On the November 28th episode of NXT, Breakker defeated Eddie Thorpe to qualify for the Iron Survivor Challenge at NXT Deadline, which was won by Trick Williams. In January 2024, Breakker began to work with Baron Corbin as a tag team, winning the Dusty Rhodes Tag Team Tournament and later the NXT Tag Team Championship after they defeated Tony D'Angelo and Channing Stacks. While retaining the titles at NXT Stand and Deliver against Axiom and Nathan Frazier, they lost in a rematch on the April 9th episode of NXT.